When you look back to your younger self and think like, I was such a fucking idiot. What was I even thinking? And you go on to this spiral, this negative downward spiral of criticizing yourself like, oh my God, how did I even think about that? Was I dumb? Did I not have a brain? Was I not thinking? Why did I do that? You look at even older photographs of yourself and you're wearing some bizarre clothes and you're like, what was I thinking at that moment to wear clothing like that? What was I thinking? And you have so much criticism upon yourself. And you kind of cringe when you look back at your older self, but there's a fine line. There's cringe here, and there's self deprecating hate and self inflicting words that are hurting your younger self. Now, cringing, looking at your old stuff, is completely fine. That means you've actually grown as a person, grown as an individual, and outgrown your younger self. But when you inflict so much negative self-talk, so much so much hate upon your younger self, you start judging your younger self. That causes some real problematic situations in your present life. Now, what I mean by that is when you are talking so negatively to your younger self, you kind of stoop down to the lower vibrational energy. You're like constantly criticizing your younger self. It's not some other person, it's you. You are criticizing yourself, telling this person was such an idiot, such a dumb fuck. How could that person do that? How could that person get into this relationship? How could that person date this person? And when you're constantly thinking about that and constantly degrading your younger self, it puts you down in this younger vibration. And that's when you have to realize like it's not only about going down to this low vibrational frequency, it's not only about energy frequency and spectrum, it's also about self-love. Your younger self did certain things because that was the best thing that they could do at that possible situation. At that given moment, they did the best they can. And this is the beauty of growing up and growing over your younger self. You think your younger self was an idiot and did all these things without even thinking or using their mind, without even asking anybody about their opinion, listened to the wrong people, got into the wrong company, got into the wrong relationships, and you kind of punish your younger self. When you're punishing your younger self, you're also punishing the current version of yourself, because your younger self is a part of you. Learn to be kind, because your younger self did the best they can at that given situation. And instead of giving so much hate, you start loving. Give your younger self some love. Give some self-love to your younger self and be so grateful that you had to go through certain experiences, due to which you've been placed upon a better place and a higher vibrational frequency right now. Now, when you start forgiving your younger self, it immediately puts you in a position to forgive other people too. Because if you cannot forgive your younger self, and if you cannot show love to your younger self, how can you expect to show love to the people around you? And how can you expect yourself to forgive the people around you? It starts with you. Forgive yourself. Forgive and show love to yourself. You come first. Only then you'll be in a place to show love and to give forgiveness to the people around you. And this is also a way of letting go. Because once you forgive your younger self and show love to your younger self, it kind of you know, letting go a substantial amount of the past traumatic pain and past situational trauma that you've got yourself into. Now, I used to do that a lot. I used to look at my younger self and cringe a lot, but it was way over the line of cringe. It was deprecating self hate and self roasting. I used to roast myself. I just see myself in pictures and think like, what the hell was I thinking? I just see my pictures with certain friends and be like, why was I even friends with them? And I clearly remember at a certain point in my life, the girlfriend that I had was toxic. The friends I was around were toxic. The people around my waking life, everybody was toxic, and everybody had the same similar controlling nature, had the same similar, what do you call, pessimistic nature, and everybody were very similar in their attitude, behavior, and characteristics to each other. And then now I realized that it was me attracting all that into my life. I wasn't in a higher vibrational state. I was in this low vibrational state. And my thinking, feeling, and acting in that lower vibrational spectrum kind of attracted that around me. And once I started shifting and moving upward and transforming myself and elevating my frequency and energy spectrum, I kind of lost these control freaks, narcissist maniacs who tried to indulge nothing but control and pain upon me. They wanted to see me, in distress. They wanted to control me, have an upper edge over me, and not let me do anything out of freedom. They did not want me to have any free will. They wanted me to, mention every little single detail that I was doing. And they'll make me feel guilty for even doing the smallest of the smallest mistakes. I'll arrive 5 minutes late. And they'll be like, no, you have to sit there and realize what you did. I was like, I'm sorry. Sorry that I'm 5 minutes late. It won't happen again. And they're like, no, 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 no. You have to sit down and feel guilty now. You have to feel guilty for what you just did. This is not how you behave in society. And everybody around me, at similar ways of, putting me down. Whenever I was happy, they'll pull me down from my emotional spectrum. They had this control upon me. And now I realize like it was me trying to cope with everything else. And I kept myself in this lower vibrational frequency. Now, when I looked back at all of this, I was so, intense upon my own self. I was to be so critical. I was like, what were you thinking? Why did you even let these people inside your boundaries? Didn't you set boundaries? Are you an idiot? Are you fucking dumb? This is how I used to talk to myself. And then I realized that I couldn't break up. I couldn't break out of the barrier of self-hate. And then I had realized that I had to let go of my younger self. I had to forgive my younger self and show my younger self some love, genuine, true love. And only then I had the ability to elevate to a higher vibrational state. So if this is you, you may look back on your old pictures and all the exes that you dated, all the people that you've been friends with, and you may cringe, but that's okay. But don't go, inflict this self-hate upon yourself. Don't be so negative, so hard on yourself, because your younger self did the best they can at that given moment. And it doesn't matter if you don't have it all figured out now. Life is just a journey. You're learning from your mistakes. Everybody is learning from their mistakes. So all you have to do is elevate yourself, forgive yourself, show love to your old self, show love to your current self, forgive your current self, and automatically you'll have the power to show love to the people around you and forgive the people around you. And then essentially you'll be thriving in this higher vibrational state.